another edition of Live Out Loud. It's the podcast all about living out loud and proud and feeling good in recovery.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. See you coming on already.
And maybe you're not in recovery. Maybe you just live your life alcohol and drug free. Well, that's good too. And
you can still listen.
You can still listen.
It's okay. You can still listen. You might know somebody that needs us.
Yes, you might. Yes, you might. And while you're listening to the show, I want to put it out there that if anybody that you know has a problem, we are here to help you too. So you can message us on Facebook. You can send us an email to liveoutloudpodcast@gmail.com, or you can give our friend Karen a call. Karen is our addiction specialist right here at Live Out Loud Podcast. You can give her a call. It is 786-514-0893. If you have any questions about addiction or possibly you have a problem yourself, give her a call. We're going to help you out.
Somebody that you love that has a problem with addiction, get in touch with us. We can answer questions on interventions and things like that.
That's right.
Let's get that addiction taken care of.
So, we are Live Out Loud Podcast. I'm Scott.
I'm Gary.
And we've got the Smurf over there in the corner doing her thing. Okay.
I'm having issues. So, once we introduce
Smurf is having
gentleman.
issues. Okay, so this is our show today, the issues that Smurf has. We don't have enough time for that show. Okay.
It's $1.
Moving on. All right. So we do have we're doing something special today. We have a friend of ours that's going to be joining us. And Smurf, if you could tell me when we are ready to do that. Are we ready to do it yet, or just a moment?
Just give me a little bit.
You're going to let me know when it's ready.
Yes.
Okay. All right. In the meantime, we're going to keep talking.
Sorry, Tim.
We have Tim from DrPhoneFix.
DrPhoneFix is going to be another sponsor here.
Yeah.
Of LOL.
Yeah, a friend of yours, right, Gary?
Yes.
That's
good friend. He's one of the founders of DrPhoneFix. They started. Let me give you a little history. They started with a kiosk in a mall, and now they have over 40 locations nationwide.
Oh, okay. Not just in that mall.
Not. I think the mall. Right. I think the mall kiosk is gone. But
one whole mall with nothing but the phone fix.
And Billy Darrigan are.
Let's try bringing him in.
They founded
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Here we go.
My name is Timothy Phelps. I'm CEO of the company. My cousin Bill and I started, about 8 years ago doing this. So there's two different venues of this, and it's totally. You guys can ask questions, and I can answer them for you if you like.
No, you just have to talk for the next half hour. We're going to go take a nap.
Well, somebody already finished their coffee, so I know he's got plenty of energy.
Yeah, there you go. Somebody's been sneaking and listening.
He's on to me. All
right. Well, first of all, thanks for joining us on our show. We really do appreciate it. I guess the question is that, first of all, how are things going for you? I mean, Gary was filling us in. You started very small and you've kind of expanded. This is a really good service. What kind of things do you supply for people?
Yeah, so, I mean, right now we have a total of 40-plus locations throughout the United States, but mainly based out of, Florida. And we sell accessories, too. So anything that you need for protection as well, we sell inside the store. You can go to any store and get mostly any of your repairs that are needed within less than half an hour, which is what it's all about. Nowadays everything's about convenience, and that's the reason we do so well, is because of the convenience we offer our customers.
That's great, because people can't live without their phones, and we can't just drop a phone off and not have it for a day. So the fact that you guys fix them so quickly, that's a big bonus.
I came in about 3 years ago with a broken screen, and about an hour and a half later, the screen was fixed, got a brand new screen, and off I went. Hour and a half.
All right.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all about convenience, and that's why we do so well. But so yeah, we could, like I said, we can fix anything. We're also starting to get into the smart home installs, such as doorbells, stats, and stuff like that as well.
You also do computers, right? You also fix computers.
Yeah. We fix any kind of computer, viruses, screen, hardware, software. Doesn't matter what it is. We could pull data off of it if you need to have any important information that you that is on your computer and you dropped it in the water, you need to get the information out, we can do all that for you.
Wow, Tim, that's great. Now, how do people find out more about you guys? You have websites. What do you have?
Yeah, I mean, just search DrPhoneFix on Google, or even go on Facebook, Instagram. We're all there. Going right on our website is probably the easiest way, because you can find a location near you right off our website, real easy. Very convenient.
Would that be what, DrPhoneFix.com?
That's right. Yeah, DrPhoneFix.com.
All right. Yeah. See, I got that. I just guessed.
Great staff. Everybody's very, very friendly.
Friendly staff, very happy, good people.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny in the beginning. We started off. It was just like, everybody was family. My cousin, my aunt, my uncle, all in the business, and then we just continued to grow. And it's good to see. It's good to see people grow from 8 years ago when we first started to where they're at now. They own their own stores. They have their own franchise, because we are a franchise. So people that want to have the opportunity to own their own business, we give them that choice, and that chance, to own their own business. It's turnkey, everything that we do for them, and it's a good way to make some over $100,000, by owning a location. So.
Well, that's fantastic.
And it's great reputation also. Great
Yeah.
reputation.
Yeah, that's terrific. So, folks, if you have anything you need repaired, your phone, and maybe you got a problem with your laptop or anything like that, first of all, go on their website, find out where their locations are. There's over 40 of them. There's got to be someone near you.
Mm-hmm.
And check it out. Reach out to Tim, and it's DrPhoneFix.com, and give you guys a chance to show what you can do. Now, what if they come in and they say, "Hey, we heard about you on Live Out Loud podcast"? What's going to happen?
And say, within the next week or so, they say, "Hey, I heard you on Live Out Loud," or we'll give them a free tempered glass, which is a screen protector that goes over top of the phone that helps you prevent further damaging your device.
And going back into DrPhoneFix to say that our screen is broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. They go in there and they say the screen's cracked. I'll be glad to give them 10% off any unit that they have.
Wow. Well, that's fantastic. I'm tempted to hit my phone with a hammer now just so I can come in and see you guys. All right. Tim, anything you wanna share with us before we close out?
Another thing is on the franchise side. What was that?
No, go ahead. Is there anything you want to share before we close out with your segment here?
Yeah, I mean, if you got anybody that's interested in owning a business, we also throw out a $10,000 referral fee. So if you know somebody that wants to get into owning their own business and learn more, if they become a franchise of ours, you'll get $10,000.
Whoa. I think, Gary, go open a franchise so I can get 10 grand.
Okay.
That's it.
I'll write you a check today, okay? Hey, Tim, I see that beard starting to come back in, huh?
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Shaved it off for a little while, and there it is.
No, the beard is where it's at, man. The beard is where it's at. Don't ever shave it.
Sure.
I do a show 3 times a week next to a beard.
Yeah. Well, the wifey doesn't like it too much, but...
It's all right. All right,
Tim, thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.
Take care. So everybody, make sure you visit one of their 40 locations, DrPhoneFix. Check them out at DrPhoneFix.com and check them out. Don't forget to check out our other friends too over at Crazy About Costumes. I'm not going to throw that out there right now. I'm just giving them just don't forget to visit them too.
I'll bring it up.
You'll bring it up. Good.
I forgot. I just
I
hit
keep
it.
throwing things at you.
I know.
That's all.
And then I get startled.
Yeah, so we've got definitely, you need your phone fixed, you go over there. Then you want a costume, you go over to Crazy About Costumes and see Karen and Keith. Is that correct?
Karen and Keith?
I got it right. I always want to call Keith Kevin. I've never even met him, and I'm getting his name wrong.
It's those K's.
It's the K's.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
check them out, Crazy About Costumes, and they're in Fort Lauderdale on Federal Highway. You can give them a call at 954-767-8633. Tell them you heard it on Live Out Loud podcast, and they're going to give you a special deal. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be special.
I think they said either 10 or 20% off a costume.
100% No, I'm not going to say that. That would be so wrong. You know what? Go in and mention it. They're going to help you out. They're going to give you a special. You'll get a special every time you go in and mention Live Out Loud Podcast. In fact, anywhere you go. If you go to McDonald's today and you mention our name, you're not going to get anything, but our name will go out there.
Yes, that's right.
If you're on a city bus
They'll go,
and you stand up and yell, Live Out Loud Podcast, you're not going to get a free ride. As a matter of fact, they'll probably ask you to get off the bus, but at least our name is out there. So we're asking for it.
That's right. That's right.
And if you're
shout it out the window.
And who had their phone on? The Smurf.
Look,
the Smurf, who is our techno Nazi in here, telling us what to do all the time, left her phone on.
Got to have somebody doing it all the time.
Like multiple jobs. Okay.
That's a shame. You'll have one less if you let that happen again.
You know what? That's fine. If you're gonna be sassy about it.
I'm kidding. We got the
sassy
Smurf holding it together as always. And there was probably a little glitchiness in our guests there. We're working on that, but it's cool, and we're going to have more guests. If you want to be a guest on Live Out Loud Podcast, hey, reach out to us on Facebook at LOL Podcast on Facebook, and we will entertain. But it was putting you on as a guest.
It was a good first time.
It was a good first time. It was a good first time. Hey, today's the day after.
The day after.
The day after. Not the day after in a Pocky-Clips or anything like that. But yeah, one of those, when the world ends, a Pocky-Clips things. What do you call it?
I thought you said a hockey clips.
A hockey clips. It's a Pocky-Clip.
Listen, would you talk to the Smurf for a second? Because somebody is calling me for 1 second.
Okay.
I will be right back.
You seriously are? He's leaving. He's leaving the room. Gary has left the building, and
hi, buddy.
Yeah, we got other things going on. No, but today is the day after, and boy, it feels weird with the empty seat next to me.
Would you like me to sit there?
No.
Well, just stay on it. Here, hold on. Here I come.
No, we're not putting Smurfy. Oh, here comes the Smurf. Here comes the Smurf. She's taking Gary's seat. There we go.
Wow, these are loud. I've never been in this seat.
Yeah, I know.
I hope nothing breaks.
Don't get used to it. Okay. All right. So all of you Smurf fans out there, you get a little taste of the Smurf right here. Easter. Hope everybody had a great Easter weekend. Or what's a Passover? I guess is the.
What are you passing over?
No, Saturday was Passover, and then Sunday was Easter. But I hope everybody enjoyed at least some of their weekend and had some fun with that. I made a decision in my house just because of my confusion last time. I went around and I cut the ears off of all the Easter bunnies and I put a beak on them. So now it makes sense to me. We've got Easter chickens and eggs. I could not do the bunny and egg thing anymore. I could not reconcile it. I brought it up here as a topic. Did you just hiccup on the air? You just hiccuped on the air. This is why you're not in that seat. Are you kidding me?
Oh, it was full-blown guttural.
I guess it could have been.
Wait, I miss Gary.
Gary's coming back.
I've been...
Gary, welcome back to the show.
Okay.
All right.
We have a wonderful music program here. It is a great music program where our clients get up and they sing and then they perform. We had somebody playing guitar and singing a little while ago. And there's a group going on right now and the PA system was buzzing.
Oh, so you fixed it.
So it's fixed. Forgive me for running out on you, Scott.
Well, I was just explaining... I was explaining the day after concept. It's the day after the holidays, and everybody's got to go back to work and do all of that. And I had Easter. You had Passover.
I had Easter, basically.
Wait. You do both? Are you one of those people that does like Hanukkah and Christmas?
No, I can't afford that. Can't afford spending for 2 holidays.
Folks, you got to choose. You're not allowed to do everything.
No, I celebrate Easter because I'm a believer.
Oh, okay.
I am a believer.
Okay.
But I used to be an atheist, but I gave it up because there are no holidays.
There really aren't. There should be.
An atheist holiday.
Yeah, it's called Life Sucks Day.
It's called Tuesday.
It's called Tuesday. Every Monday is an atheist. Life sucks. Yeah. No, but it's hard. I mean, after spending time with family over the weekend and eating, copious amounts of food.
Yeah.
And just watching like movies with the family at night and doing all that. coming in on Monday morning is really hard. I mean, I like my Monday mornings. I like coming to work. I love what I do, and I love working with Gary and Smurf and all the people here and helping people. But there's times when I'm driving and just saying, I just wanted to stay in bed to recover from the holiday.
Right. And shouldn't the holidays be celebrated on Saturday instead of Sunday?
They could.
So that we can just...
Although I did live for a while in the town that killed joy. They used to celebrate Halloween on a Saturday, no matter what day Halloween falls on.
Oh, that's...
They had to do it on Saturday between the hours of 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They would not do it at night because they were afraid kids would get hurt, and they didn't want people out on school nights and all that stuff. So they would, if it fell on a Thursday night was Halloween, trick-or-treating was Saturday from 2 to 4, the Saturday afterwards. If it was closer to the beginning of the week, they would put it the Saturday before.
That's so unscary, though.
You just said move the holidays to a Saturday.
Yeah, I know, but on Halloween...
I'm giving you an example of how that doesn't work.
On Halloween, it's boo. But if you move the celebration day, it's kind of like boo. It's kind of like boo.
Yeah, so you
That's our thumbnail.
Boo?
Sounds like you hit a cow. What the hell?
What cows?
Gotta emphasize the boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, if you move Christmas, you can't, celebrate Christmas on a different day because, on Christmas it's Merry Christmas, ha, ha, ha. Oh, no, ho, 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 ho. And then, you see, I raised with a ha-ha. But if you move Christmas to like a Saturday, it'd be like, Merry Christmas?
What?
It's always a question mark.
What happens if it falls?
If it falls on a Saturday, move
Then
it.
it's Merry Christmas.
Oh, you turned to Pee Wee Herman. Got it.
No. Get it for a hamburger.
Wow.
For those Cheech and Chong fans, you know where I'm coming from there. On.
So I was explaining to Smurf while you were out dealing with the emergency out in the hall there.
It was an emergency. It was an emergency.
I know it was. I know. Hey, we got to work. That what I did was I went around the house and I cut off all the ears off the Easter bunnies and put beaks on them.
They put what?
Beaks. Beak. A chicken beak. Now I've changed all my Easter bunnies in the house into chickens, and now the eggs make sense, and I can sleep at night because I could not reconcile. I asked the question here right on our podcast, why Easter bunnies and eggs? Nobody had an answer. I never found out. I could not live with it. I had to change it.
Okay, so right now I'm picturing a bunch of Bickens
Not a bunch of
in your house. Just Bickens.
Bickens.
Yeah,
Bunnies
combination
and
of bunny and a chicken.
It's a
or
Bicken.
Or Ricken. For a rabbit and
a rabbit chicken.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's bunny. It's got to be bunny because Easter bunny is. You don't say Easter rabbit. You say Easter bunny.
Oh, okay.
Or Elmer Fudd would go Easter wabbit.
Oh my goodness. All right. So anyway, but yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed their holiday. Yeah, and we are back with a vengeance.
With a vengeance. Nobody's sending us any comments. Oh, Terry did.
Oh, okay.
Need a Super Bowl Saturday, and Edie says every morning.
Yeah,
is a holiday.
That's a good point. Every morning is a holiday.
Every morning. Well, I think it just says every morning. Edie, what do you mean?
I can't
every
do that.
morning.
I can't do that every morning's a holiday. I'd have to bake a ham every morning.
I think she meant every
I'd
morning
have to have
going
people
to work.
over.
It's cannelled. It's called Canadian bacon.
It's canal. This is why you're not in the seat over here where Gary is.
Right. Mm-hmm.
She loses the ability to speak English.
Speech jammer. Do you want to hear what I'm hearing? I can make it happen.
I don't want to hear it.
Talk either.
I don't want to hear it. All right.
That's what I thought.
Anyway, we're back to work. Monday is just, I would play that song, but we can't play that song.
No, we can't.
We can't play the song. Yeah, it rhymes with Panic Monday, but I didn't do it.
Panic Monday.
But I didn't do it.
We're getting comments, a lot of comments, but they're all going to Smurf.
Why?
Because she is basically the actual star of this show. They're all going to Smurf. Hi, Smurf. Hi, Smurf. Everybody's Smurfing.
There's so much wrong with this. There's so much wrong with this.
You just gotta dye your hair blue.
I spent years on TV and radio. You've been in front of audiences performing for years. We come in here, she dyes her hair blue, and she's popular.
Yeah.
What the hell do we have to do? That's it.
You should dye your beard blue.
All right. Everybody start commenting us.
They call you Bluebeard.
Gary will send everyone who comments us $1.
Of Monopoly money.
Yeah.
See,
The stamps will kill you.
that's how you not get friends.
I don't have friends. I don't need
I
friends.
sent them all $20
I don't need friends.
Did you? Oh, so
via Venmo.
What the hell am I going to do with friends?
well, then I'll tell you what. I'm more than happy to have everybody say hello to Smurf because I'm not spending $20 on each friend.
Oh, good Lord. Moving on. Here's a random thought. If a synchronized swimmer drowns, does everyone else have to drown around her? I'm just saying.
Wow, what a finale. That would be a great finale.
Random thought.
It was
people.
Can
so
you
in
imagine
sync.
that?
I'm trying to get off topic here. We're trying to go somewhere
A
else.
very
with our
smooth
discussion.
segue on that one, yeah.
Wasn't it? This is what we learn in broadcast school, folks. You got to have it make sense in your own twisted mind.
Well, here's another segue. Can you daydream at night? Okay, thank you. That answers my questions. Let's move on.
Okay. Can a pig pull his hamstring? I'm just asking.
Well, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, how much is a movie worth?
1,000 pictures. No, wait.
No, 30 frames per second.
Oh, boy.
Or 24 frames per second times 1,000. So it depends on the length of the movie and how many frames are in the movie and whether it was shot in 48 frames, 30 frames, or 60 frames.
Well, thank you, Dr. Abacus. We appreciate that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Smurf strikes again.
Wow.
I thought it was funny.
All right. If a paramedic gives an IV, do they have to call it a 4 if they're Roman? If you had a Roman paramedic, does they call it a
I4?
Give them an IV. Would they have to say give them a 4?
That's an interesting question.
Think about it.
I turn to you folks, okay? I turn to
We
you.
turn to you always.
To give us the answer on those, okay? We want answers. We want answers, folks.
If a vacuum cleaner really sucks, is it good or bad? This vacuum
See,
really sucks.
we've
Is that
got
a
all
good thing
these.
or a bad thing?
Answers? Any answers? Let's see. If a ghost, this I like.
Yeah.
If a ghost, Scott just came up with these one day because he has way too much time on
It's
his
called
hands.
shower thoughts.
If a ghost can walk through walls and
Yes.
glide downstairs,
Yes.
how do they stay above the floor? Why don't they just fall through the floor?
Okay. Physics 101.
Oh boy.
Because. All right, moving on.
Because, wow, that's the same answer my mom used to give me on everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Says, why, Mom, how come we got to do this now? Because
Oh, you know what I used to hate?
I'm your mother.
Because I said so.
Uh-huh.
That's it. Well,
Why
in that
did you say so?
In that case, tell me I'm a millionaire. And I will be because you said so.
That's right.
Oh, man. Okay.
Okay, amongst
I'm sorry.
the late 70s and early 80s venue. Oh, okay. Somebody wants us to talk about venues that are now closed that were big time in the 70s and 80s.
Weren't there a bunch in Syracuse?
Oh, we used to play all the. Well, that's right. You were in Syracuse. He's talking about South Florida.
Oh.
Yeah, but in the 70s, I was
70s and 80s.
too
Yeah, I
young
was
to go
about
to
to
those
say.
venues.
Well, Rory, I played them all.
I was too.
Played them all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, we had different clubs and different things like that, but pretty much. I mean, when I was too young, obviously, I didn't go into them, and then by the time I was old enough, I drank so much I'd forget where I was.
Right.
So,
Right.
You know, generally I'd wake up in the bushes out in front of my house, you know, and just not an idea
Think
where
it
I
was
used to be.
Yeah, any place that you heard a radio playing and said, well, this is a great club.
I mean, I got to tell you something. When I was cooking Easter dinner yesterday, okay, so I did the ham and I did the whole glaze and I did, you know, it was actually really good.
Did you take a picture of it and post it?
I wanted to. I was going to do the whole food porn thing and you know the foodie thing, and I forgot. But you know,
called a
Smurf came over. Smurf came over, had some dinner with us, and it was good ham, right? It was good. It was good. We had the ham, we had the sweet potatoes, we had all that. But while I was cooking it, you know, Tara, my stepdaughter, was watching TV, and she turned on the Brady Bunch, the original Brady Bunch. She's like, I love this show. I'm like, she's like 15 years old. How the hell does she even know the Brady Bunch?
The world of reruns.
And I watched, and the show was so bad.
It is.
It was so bad. The acting, the father telling the, you know, and that, kids, is why we don't do this and this, and he's always got these like stories.
Well, you know something? Did you ever see the Brady Bunch movie?
Yes.
Where they satire that movie? Mm-hmm. It's perfect because it's just like the TV show, but it just makes fun of it.
Yeah, and that's why it works, especially around the time period it came out. Because if you're thinking about it in roughly the time period something came out, you're like, wow, this was great back then. But then you're looking at it now, and we've got things like Big Bang Theory, and we've got like Gotham, and we've got all these other, well, Gotham's not a sitcom, but these sitcom-y shows. And compared to those, we're like, how the hell did we ever watch this crap?
And how did we look at it? Now, I saw Laugh-In the other day.
No, that was different. That's a variety show.
It's a variety show, but it basically jokes. But you watch Laugh-In, and compared to today, how did you find that? I guess it was just we were starving for entertainment.
Do you remember the Hoochie Coochie Girl on Laugh-In?
Judy Carn and Goldie Hawn.
Very good. Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
Goldie Hawn and the dirty old man, Artie Johnson.
Ruth
Buzzy. Yeah.
Who played the old lady?
Ruth Buzzy.
Ruth Buzzy. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We just said her name.
I'm thinking of Joanne Worley.
Oh, Joanne Worley. Yeah.
I never.
Yeah, but I mean, guys, if you ever get a chance to go back and watch some of those classic shows, there's Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. There's the Smothers Brothers old comedy show.
That was always
the
great.
Dean Martin roast. You really want to go back to time and when. I mean, some of the things they say now, it's so funny. They couldn't say certain things that you say now.
Right.
You know, I'm watching TV last night. I'm watching the Sci-Fi Channel. It's like 10 o'clock at night, and there's no filter on their cussing. I mean, it's like the F word, the S word, all the words they're using. Now, back then, they couldn't use any of those words, but they could say things that were so racially insensitive.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, wow, I can't tell what's more offensive, this bad language or this racial comments. I mean, it was like,
yeah,
you know, so.
Oh, they killed Sammy Davis Jr., man.
They used to make so much fun of him.
Yep. But he loved it because he was a.
No, he played into it because at the time it was a different time. And, you know.
What was that show that was, extremely insensitive? And it was actually in my television books. Older guy.
All in the Family?
With Archie Bunker.
All in the Family.
Yeah, that was actually in our television books on how not to do something.
Really?
Because
the number one show for years, right?
Times have changed so much.
Do they still show that?
Yeah, you could still catch it once in a
night,
while. There's all these different little channels that do the old shows.
Very specific episodes. You could probably find it on Roku, no problem.
Yeah.
But on cable television, I doubt.
Okay.
Wow.
But the biggest mystery of all those old TV shows and all of those things, and, you know, I love the old Columbos and the old McMillan and Wife and, you know, those. You know, I love the old Hogan's Heroes. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that always confused me was Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues about Gilligan's Island.
All right, first of all, a 3-hour tour. You know, a 3-hour tour.
Right.
They said it twice just because in case you didn't hear it. 3 hours. Because you were sitting here saying, 3 hours? No way. Then they say 3 hours. They say it twice.
Yeah, they should go 3-hour tour. Stupid, didn't you hear me the first time?
Why did they have all that stuff?
You know, I thought about that.
The skipper lives on that boat. He had one shirt, one pair of pants.
But the Howells.
But the Howells brought everything they owned, and so did Ginger.
Yeah.
The professor.
Same shirt.
Same shirt, the blue Oxford. And you know what? Whenever, in every episode, something blows up. The coconut blows up or something blows up, and then they end up like all burned up and their clothes all shredded, and they're standing there. And then in the next scene, they're in new clothes. So I don't know.
And they're all the same. Right. Okay.
I mean, is Marianne sewing her ass off in the woods somewhere, making clothes for these people?
With leaves, you know.
Yeah,
and
poor little
twigs.
Marianne. The cutest one on that show, and she got no respect.
Right. Right. Everybody was hot for Ginger. But Marianne was prettier. That's my opinion.
I'll go with you. Marianne
Oh, my
was... Mrs. Howell gave her a run for her money, but Marianne was the real hottie on that show, and how she and the professor never hooked up is beyond me. I think they were saving that for the season right before it was the next season, but then they got canceled. So they were saving that. They were going to have little Professor Marianne babies.
Right, but yeah, right. Spin-offs.
And they never even got in the original show. The original beginning, they'd say, you know, with Gilligan, the skipper, to the millionaire and his wife, the movie star, and the others.
The rest.
And the rest.
And the rest.
And the rest. There's only 2 people, and they got like, they got like royally like snubbed.
They figured it out, though.
Yeah,
After the
then they
second
go,
season,
the professor and
Marianne. They ran over
Yeah.
each other, Professor and
Marianne.
So they figured it out.
Yeah.
They could have done that.
But to do that, that's like announcing, like, you got 5 players on a basketball team, and here's this guy, and here's this guy, and here's this guy. Then the other 2 run out and say, and those guys over there.
And those guys, they're going to play too. We're going to let them play too.
I couldn't believe they did that, but, you know, and the professor was the one guy who could, you know, obviously he could build a radio out of coconuts.
That's right.
He could
And
build
leaves.
He could build a spa in a hut. He could do all of this stuff, and he couldn't find a way to build a freaking boat.
Right. He couldn't fix the boat.
You couldn't build a raft. A freaking raft is all you need. He couldn't build a raft. You know, oh, wait, this coconut will generate this electricity, and then we'll have a car that we could drive around the island, but you can't build a raft.
But what they didn't know was Puerto Rico was about 3 miles west. You know,
They were in Puerto Rico.
They just, yeah, that's right. They just never went on the other side of the island. They were in Puerto Rico. They landed on a deserted part of Puerto Rico.
And then they had to take it to that extreme where they was like, this is a serious show, and we're very concerned about these people, and this is like Lost, you know? I mean, they're out there, and their lives are at risk. And then there's a giant spider. Remember the episode with the giant spider? The legs never touched the ground. They just kind of hovered in the air, and they freaking rolled this thing along like on a skateboard or something. It was huge spider. There was always something. In every
Something
other
weird,
episode,
right.
somebody would crash land on the island, and they get all excited like we're going to leave, and then they would leave them there.
And then
I
they'd
hope
leave them
those
there.
people all were convicted of the crime of abandonment.
I just
is a
never
dick
got
move.
that.
It was horrible.
Yeah,
That's
and,
awful.
And they always did. Well, probably the 5 people that were on. How many people were it?
5.
The million?
No, wait. The millionaire, his wife, Professor Marianne, Ginger,
Gilligan. Okay,
Gilligan
the
and Skipper.
7
people.
must
Wow.
have been real pains in the ass. You know, if that, well, you spend 3 days with them. It's like, God, I got to leave these people here.
Yeah.
I gotta leave these people here. They cannot come back.
Oh, there's not enough room on the
They
boat.
deserve
So
to be
sorry.
here. Now, they did come up with a movie where they were rescued, right?
Yes, and then they went back and opened a resort on the island.
They opened a resort on the island. Now, I think it would have been brilliant if 20 years later they went back to the island. They're still stranded, and it's like, so Gilligan, pass me my walker. And the walker is made out of coconut stems and coconut tree fronds, and you know, and then
The problem is, if you know anything about Bob Denver, he would have been, which was Gilligan, he would have been off smoking coconut
would have
leaves
been
or something.
smoking
'cause
them, right.
He obviously discovered something on Gilligan's Island.
yeah, he did.
This guy was a walking marijuana problem.
Well, he
here.
should have given it to the skipper because he had anxiety issues.
Well, the skipper must have been having some. He had the munchies all the time. He was huge. You're on an island. They're talking about starving, and he got bigger.
He got bigger.
That's because there used to be 9 castaways. But the skipper got the slow ones.
Lance got the answer. He says if they fixed the boat, they couldn't get renewed for another season.
Well, that's why.
Right? Or it would be interesting if they fixed the boat and then went out.
Landed on a different island.
Right. Landed on a different island.
Yeah. I like when they'd have the rock band show up. There was one show where a British band showed up or something, and then they did a concert. And for some reason, they were able to plug in their electric guitars.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it blows my mind.
They plugged into the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. The radio never ran out of batteries.
But I'm going to tell you the truth. When I was a kid, loved the show.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah. I thought it was funny and even like scary at times. And it's like, oh, no, what's going to... I mean... But you watch it now, it's just like, oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. It's like, Gilligan,
But people would always do that, yeah.
Get another shirt.
Now, a great show, I thought, was F Troop.
F Troop. Yes, Ken Berry was in that. And,
Ken Berry. And his character totally
Forrest
changed.
Tucker. Forrest Tucker was in it, yeah.
Larry Storch.
Larry Storch, yeah.
Ken Berry was great in F Troop, and then he joined Mayberry RFD and became this goody-goody.
He was a goody-goody in F Troop.
And he was a goody-goody, but he was funny. He was a klutz. He was a putz. He was great.
Remember the name of the Indians?
Hakawi.
Yeah. And do you remember why they were called the Hakawis?
They got lost.
They got lost, and they looked around and said, "What a Hakawi."
Right.
That's why they were called the Hakawis. That's a true story.
See, and this is
nowadays
one of those shows
that
ends up in my textbook.
Yeah.
Right.
This is not how you do it. Yeah.
Right. Nowadays on cable, they wouldn't be the Hekawies. They would be something else.
Yeah, that would be Bide. That would be Bide.
That would be Bide.
Oh, yeah. Those were great shows. I mean, I know it doesn't quite work for television anymore. Now we're watching stuff like I can't even tell.
How about Emergency?
Emergency, yes.
I loved Emergency.
I remember
also
Emergency,
Chips.
yeah.
The
Chips
problem with
was fun.
Emergency,
They arrested HR Pufnstuf.
It was Squad 51, right? On Emergency Squad 51, it was Roy and whatever God's name was. But every time somebody would get hurt on Emergency, they would call, and Dixie would be at the hospital. She was like the barmaid at the hospital,
Yeah,
every time
she was always there.
It's like Dixie, Hey, we got a guy who was parasailing and he got stuck on the side of a cliff and he's dangling there. What do we do? And every time Dr. Early would come in, and he would have the same answer for every single patient, no matter what happened.
20 cc's.
No.
That was one of them.
IV D5W lactated ringers.
Yes, lactated ringers. Yeah.
Give them an IV D5W lactated ringers. Transport ASAP. Every time. Yeah, we got a guy with a headache here. It seems IV D5.
Well, yeah, got a guy with a hangnail.
I don't even know if D5W is even a thing. Is it like what is it? Just like WD-40?
Yeah, WD-40 fixes everything.
Yeah. He's hanging from a cliff. Little WD-40. He'll slide right down. It'll be fine. We'll catch him at the bottom.
Well, the guy who played the doctor was the nephew of the producer, and that's the only line he could remember.
Yeah, that's probably
that's
true.
It. Give him that. Bring him the doctor. He says, okay, his mother is giving me a hard time,
Oh, those were the old days, the shows.
Dextrose.
Dee says that they play Gilligan's Island on nursing homes continuously. Continuously.
That's cruel and unusual punishment. What are you showing us?
D5W is a thing.
All right. God,
all it is regular IV fluid.
Sometimes
That's literally all it is.
Sometimes I hate Google. I used to be able to bullshit people and get away with it. You can't lie to people anymore. Yeah, well, that's, this and that. The discombobulator is underneath the rassafras over there, and they're Googling saying, you're full of shit.
Yeah, that's right. There is no such thing as a...
Yeah, discombobulator.
Veracifas? Is that what you said? Veracifras?
Rassafras.
Can you spell that?
R.A. Frasser.
Okay, well done. We're getting other suggestions here. We got Bewitched. We have Medical Center. Terry was a big Medical Center fan. Chad Everett.
Bewitched, I don't like. I don't like Bewitched. You know why?
Why?
They changed. They had Dick.
Oh, yeah.
They had Dick Sargent.
Yeah.
And then they had Dick York.
Well, they did
Or was
have
it Dick
two.
York first?
I don't.
One of them. All I know
Dick
is
York was first.
Dick York. They had Dick York, and he was Darren. And then all of a sudden, it's like the next season, a new show. It's Dick Sargent. No explanation.
They could have, what they could have done, since she is a witch, she could have said, you know something? I'm getting a little tired of your face.
Here we go.
Boom. And then switched
could have
his
done
face,
that.
and there would have been an explanation on why he looks different.
Of course, neither of them were very good looking anyway. I mean,
right.
You know.
One of them was sick and one was gay.
But I'm sorry. You just. That's a true story.
One of them was sick and one was
But
gay.
all I'm saying is you can't just change dicks on a person like that.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm sorry.
You know what?
What?
I think we're at our time limit.
You can't do. No, Bewitched. You know, it was cute.
It was
I thought
cute.
Elizabeth Montgomery was. One show I could never stand was I Dream of Jeannie.
I never got I Dream of Jeannie, and I never got Major Nelson with
Oh.
Jeannie being in that. Barbara Eden was my childhood girlfriend. You know, she was like, I would
How's
watch that.
Farrah
As soon as
Fawcett?
I
How's
started
Farrah
liking women, I was like, at
Yeah,
10
last
or
week.
9 or 8 or something like that.
Last week.
It was Barbara Eden was the
She was
woman.
the girl.
She was the girl.
Would not show her belly button though.
Nope. No,
They didn't realize that. They realized that if the belly button showed, that's way too. Censors would go crazy if they saw a belly button. Can you imagine what censors back then would do if they were watching TV today?
Oh my God.
One episode of Game
Keel
of
over
Thrones,
dead.
they'd be out there hanging themselves. You know? They'd be like, "Oh my God!"
What was the first movie to show a shower?
Psycho.
Okay. And then what was the first show?
was that
to
right?
Yes.
Holy cow!
And what was
Yep,
the
yep.
first show that had like interracial mingling?
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
No.
No.
That actually like legit two different, not aliens.
No, we're talking about Kirk kissing
I'm-
Uhura was the first on-screen
On-screen
interracial kiss.
Oh no!
Go
I
back
think it
to
was
your
earlier
Google.
than this.
Go
no,
back
no,
to
no,
your
no.
Google.
You're right, but that was a little later. I Love Lucy was the first one to show because of Ricky being Hispanic.
Oh, no, say it.
Yeah.
Explain it to
there you go.
My years were a little messed up.
That's
Okay.
yeah.
because that
okay.
was after.
Okay.
Star Trek was after.
Okay.
That's intercultural. Cultural.
What did I say?
Interracial. Wow. Dead air. Did you hear that?
Which is-
Did you hear that? It's dead air.
I actually heard a cricket off in the distance.
Everybody.
Inner
That's the first time I've ever done that. The first time I ever stumped people.
Yeah. Everybody
don't
out there is
think
trying to
of it that
figure
way.
out what's an intercoastal relationship.
Intercultural.
Cultural.
Cultural.
you meant intercoastal.
Intercultural
I
relationship.
don't know.
Yeah,
I
one's
don't-
on one side of the bay, one's on the other side of the bay.
No.
It's intercoastal.
No.
Can't have that.
When you
you
do
can't
the-
have kids that way.
When you do the check boxes, Hispanic comes up as race. So
Now, if the professor would build a raft, he
Racial.
could.
Yeah, but he can't.
Intercoastal.
He can't. He can fix a radio. He can keep batteries going forever. He can't.
But you know what,
Built a
folks?
raft.
With all the technology we have and the internet and everything else, and the YouTubes and the different that, all these different places. Which, by the way, you can catch us on most of those spots right now, and find us anywhere. But with all of those, you get a real opportunity to go back, watch some of those shows from your childhood. You know, now I'm not going to go back and watch old shows of Super Friends, and I'm not going to go back and watch any of that stuff because that's just stupid.
Yeah, those are-
The Wonder Twins killed it for superheroes
Wonder
everywhere.
Twins. Wonder
Stop
Twin
it.
power activate.
Stop. I knew the Smurf
Form
would
of
get
a
excited by
water.
that. Something's really wrong with her.
Form of ice cube.
No, but watch the old I Dream of Genies and watch the old Gilligan Islands and watch the old Brady Bunch. And somebody please tell me what the hell happened to the dog.
The dog in.
All I know is the Brady Bunch, they had a dog named Tiger. Then one day they had a big family
Tiger
dinner.
was
Alice
gone.
cooked a big piece of meat and Tiger was no longer there.
Gone.
Oh, I don't even want to think about that.
But the
I don't even wanna
doghouse remained.
Think about that.
They still had the doghouse, but Tiger was gone. They never splaned it.
Oh my gosh!
Gary is a
I don't know
little
how I'm going to sleep tonight. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. Here's
You broke Gary.
Dad, this meat is awfully rough.
Oh boy.
Oh.
You
See, that's just
gave it to
wrong.
him.
That's just wrong. Watch some of those old shows. It takes you back a little bit. It'd be kind of cool. And by the way, while you're out there surfing and looking for your old shows, don't forget to check out liveoutloudshop.com. At liveoutloudshop.com, you can catch our old episodes. You can connect with our YouTube, and you can connect with our Facebook.
You can shop.
And you can shop for clothing items. Items of clothing, pieces of clothes.
That's right. You
Shirts
not only
and such.
an LOL shirt, but you can get a clean and sober shirt. If
That's
you,
right.
If you have been clean for a while and you're proud of it, get a clean and sober shirt.
You can get a Love You shirt, and that one is for eating disorders, and it's got the eating disorder symbol on it. And so those people who want to support, people getting help with eating disorders, make sure you do that. And remember, every time you buy a T-shirt from us, a portion of that sale goes to a charity, which would be things like the National Association of Eating Disorders, and we put money towards putting addicts into recovery programs. As a matter of fact, we usually have a jar here on our show so that when I insult somebody, I have to put $1 in, or somebody else has to. But
You've been good
we've
today.
decided to be shut up. We've decided to be really nice.
That's $1. I'm putting it in the counter.
I couldn't get through the show without $1. I had to do it.
All right, let me get the counter.
All right, liveoutloudshop.com. Make sure you check us out.
Yeah, listen. If you have a problem with addiction, then
Yes.
give us a call. Get in touch with us. It's not a joke, and it's something that can be helped. Don't try to do it alone, because it's so much easier when you have that support, when you
Absolutely.
have that backing, and that's what we're here for.
That is what we're here for. So if you need help, give Karen a call, who is our addiction specialist right here at Live Out Loud Podcast. 786-514-0893. That's 786-514-0893. Call Karen. If you want to reach out to Gary or I, you can reach us on Facebook. You can private message us on the Facebook app, or you can email us at liveoutloudpodcast@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you. But for now, we've come to the end of our show, and it's time for us to get the hell out of here. I'm going to go watch some old Gilligan's Island
Gilligan's Island,
reruns.
and
It's not as exciting anymore knowing that they never get off the island. I mean, they do.
oh man, I
But
haven't
then they
seen
go
all the
back.
shows.
Oh, I saw.
You ruined it
dang
for me.
it.
It's just like that bastard. I went to go see Titanic, and I'm standing in line to get tickets, and somebody told me that the ship sank at the end. I was so mad.
Wow.
I was so mad. What?
But it was
Crickets
still a
now
good
for
movie.
me. Crickets now for me.
You didn't know that Jack drowned. You didn't
Yeah.
know that Jack froze. And
You know what?
drowned,
Well,
so-
If
here's
you want-
the thing.
what?
There was more than enough room on the goddamn closet thing for Jack to scooch up on there.
No.
All he had to do was a little scooch. And
Rose was just being Rose.
She's like, no, this is all
Nope.
mine.
This is my side of the plank. You're not allowed on it.
That's right.
It's
This
like
is
if I
my
creep over
point.
to the wrong side of the bed, I hear about it. Oh yeah, yeah. There's a line. There's a line of demarcation there. By the way,
Oh, dang. You're going to hear it later.
if you get bored watching the same old things, I did something that's really cool. One of my favorite movies is Jaws.
Uh-huh.
I watch it backwards now. No, with new technology
just
and
like-
stuff, you can pull it up online. You can watch the movie backwards. So now the movie's about a deserted island, and this big shark shows up and starts throwing up people, and it throws up so many people they have to open the beaches.
Well, that's a
It's a whole different movie.
so instead of Jaws 2, it was Jaws Pukes.
Jaws Pews.
Jaws Pews.
Jaws Spews.
Jaws Pews.
All right.
We would like to thank Tim for joining us today.
Yes, don't forget to check him out. Go to DrPhoneFix.com, DrPhoneFix.com, and check out the locations. 40 locations in the area or nationally, and there's a whole lot of them in this area. If you need something fixed on your phone, maybe you've got a broken tablet or a
Either
laptop, you need some help with
computer,
that.
yep.
Yeah, go check them out. And don't forget to mention that you heard about it right here on Live Out Loud Podcast, and they will give you a free screen. What do you call it?
Screen
Screen
protector.
protector. Yeah, it's the glass that goes over your screen. And if you don't have one, it's silly. You need one.
Yes.
That saves your phone, I'm telling you.
Yes, you do.
I used to not believe in them until I broke enough phones that I had to.
And they'll put it on for you. Now Tammy is an expert at putting those things on.
Yeah.
Tammy can put one of those things on bubble-free.
Bubble-free. But I like the bubbles.
Okay.
I like the bubbles.
Well, then put it on yourself.
Put
it on yourself.
Gives you something to complain about during
Tammy,
the day,
don't put his screensaver on, okay?
All right. Well, we've come to the end of another episode. I want to thank everybody for joining us again. DrPhoneFix, Tim, and make sure you say hi to our friends over at Crazy Bat Costumes. And, of course, hey, give us a call, give us a shout, reach out to us on Facebook. Make sure you check out all of our shows on our YouTube channel or on liveoutloudshop.com.
Yeah, have yourself an LOL marathon.
That would be so cool.
You know, and check out the different, the wardrobes that we have.
Oh, my God. Make yourself some, popcorn and have all your friends over and just us on a big screen. You can't beat that.
You can pause it
Enjoy this face.
on Smurf's face right there.
Yeah.
You say you can pause it. See?
Yeah. All right. I want to thank everybody for joining us.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We have a lot of people that joined us today, and we do appreciate you joining us.
Well,
Super appreciate
I was
it.
lost there.
I would love to do the whole romper room thing where we hold up the little mirror. We say, I see Bobby and Tracy and Susie and Mary.
Well, look at this. I see Tony and Carolyn
I'm
and
freaked out.
Savannah. Hey, Harpo.
I'm uncomfortable.
Harpo?
That's Harpo.
Who the hell's Harpo?
Well, she's she calls me Groucho. I call her Harpo.
All right.
I have known Savannah since she was, I think, 4 or 5.
Wow.
She's my best friend's sister.
Excellent.
hello. I see.
I live
Reba,
with my best
and
friend's sister.
I see O'Brien. I see Michael and Tammy. You're all right here on my phone.
What is
right.
happening?
Gary has gone Southern Belle, and that means it's time for us to go.
It's time for us to go now. What I need to do is change my shoes back into my slippers.
So on behalf of Live Out Loud Podcast,
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
I'm Scott. The golden girl next to me is
Gary.
all right. And we've got Smurf in the corner. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time.